Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Don't You Know I've Had a Stroke. Can I just say we're streaming live on Facebook and YouTube because I'm a global internet sensation. Try saying that when you've had a few. Right, I've got a fantastic guest today. For those who watched my show earlier, we talked to Devereux Roberts and their family, and they got two very special people in their household, and Ellie grew up with them. So we're going to introduce Ellie Devereux Roberts. Good
Hi.
afternoon. How are you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you for joining my global internet show.
You're welcome. I'm very excited to be here.
It all stemmed from a Facebook article you wrote, and I was very touched by it. And I know you come from a very special family, but I think, right, let me get this right. Welcome, Ellie Devereux. I will start with the story so far.
My
Over
story.
to you.
Okay. So it all started. So I have Megs and Harry as my brother and sister who are both severely disabled. And it all stemmed from it was actually over lockdown. I thought about I think me growing up, I had such a different sibling relationship than a lot of my friends. However, I think at the time I never really thought about it because none of my friends ever treated Meg and Harry any differently. So it was never something that really cropped up. But over lockdown, I spent time with my cousins and I was thinking, oh, this is almost what a normal sibling relationship feels like. And I thought, I wonder if I'd have realized that younger, whether I would have thought about it a little bit more and whether I would have wanted to reach out to people who are very similar to me in how they're dealing with it and how like the norm is getting up in the morning and feeding my 15-year-old sister at the time her breakfast, and it is very different. And so I thought I just ended up putting all my thoughts down into like a couple of paragraphs of just explaining what it was like growing up with them, and the idea was just if anyone was to see it who can relate in any kind of way or can just see it and think, oh my god, yeah, that is so similar to what I am going through now or what I went through growing up, and just to create even just a little community of people just to come together and talk about how challenging it is, but also how rewarding it can be and how special it is as well. So that is where it's all stemmed from, really.
So Salute says aloha from Inglewood, California.
Lovely. Hello.
Larry says hello, Mike and Ellie from Austin, Texas.
Hi.
I would tell you I'm famous all over the world.
You are, yeah. Stretching right over to America.
Okay, can you just read a little bit of I never experienced Meg drunk paragraph, please?
Yes, let me just get it up so I have a copy. I should know it off by heart now. I've written it down so many times. So I never experienced Meg drunk off Bacardi Breezers or watched Harry painfully go through puberty. I didn't get to have a screaming match with Meg over using my favourite lipstick or wrestling Harry for the remote. I'm assuming these are all normal sibling experiences, by the way. I'm only going off teen films and Corrie. However, what I have gained from them is an abundance of love, an acceptance of different normals, too many bear hugs to count. Those of you know Megsy know what I'm talking about, and to live each day to its bloody fullest. Meg and Harry aren't normal, no, but I would not change my life with them for anything.
Thank you. And, I don't get hugs off Meg. She just attacks my hair.
Yeah, they're not really hugs. They are attacks. I mean, they're bear hugs, I guess, but yeah, you've got to be careful if you've got any hair.
Yeah, and I only fed Meg once when your mum left me in charge when you went to the theatre,
Yeah.
and she wouldn't eat a thing, and she was screaming at me and everything.
Yeah, she definitely lets you know if she's not happy about something. So, yeah, I've experienced that a lot of times.
So we've talked a bit about this sibling love. We know they're very special, and you have had to, even because they're blind, you've changed their contact lenses, haven't you?
Well, even to this day, I struggle to put them in, and I've been attempting to do it for Meg is 24, I think now. Oh God, I think she's 24. And no, she's 23. Oh, anyway, and I still struggle to actually put them in. I can get them out really quickly, and both of them are really good as well. Both of them will stay there with their eyes open, putting them in, but I still very struggle.
So Jerry said, very heartwarming, Ellie.
Oh, thank you. So sweet.
Right. Next one is Swan. Tell me the Swan story, please.
So the Swan story was, I have no idea how old I was, but there was an article in our local newspaper about our family and about Meg and Harry, and the title was Swan Children, or the Swan Family, or something like that, with Swan in capital letters. And I read through the entire article where they were talking so beautifully about Meg and Harry and how my mum and dad look after them and what's needed to care for them. And I got to the end of the article and I was like, why are they not talking about their third swan? Like, I thought swan was a beautifully descriptive word to describe them as my mum and dad's children. And so I flew into a fit of rage at the fact that I wasn't mentioned once as the third swan and the eldest swan of the family. And I was sat down. I think they were probably holding their laughter back, my mum and dad, to tell me that SWAN stood for syndrome without a name, and it was not a description of how beautiful Meg and Harry were. It was more just talking about them and their condition. So I have never lived that down.
And because they never knew the name of the syndrome, did they, for quite a while now?
No, it's only in the past couple of years that we've had a glimpse into what they believe Meg and Harry have. It's because it's so incredibly rare. I think they've said there's only about 10 families in the world that have been noted down as having these particular changes in their genes, that there's still a lot of tests going on. So they've said that it's this particular form of muscular dystrophy, but they can't really go into much more detail than that. So it's a case of they've now, Meg and H have had so many different exams done on them for research, and hopefully, in years to come, that will influence any other children that are born with this particular condition. It just might be able to be caught a little bit earlier and helped, and just ways of managing it, I guess.
And have you been tested for the gene?
No, I haven't. I can be. I think it was one of those that I've been you've got to go to the GP to then be referred on. And I had all the best intentions this year to go and do it, and then COVID hit. And so I think it'll be something that I'll do next year, because it's something that I can be tested for, but a future husband of mine or boyfriend wouldn't be tested. You would have to go private or something like that to be tested.
So you're planning on getting married? Have you had a word with Ian yet?
Yeah, he's desperate to marry me off to someone. He wants me gone. He wants to get rid of me. He doesn't want the responsibility.
To be a granddad, I think.
Yeah, I think he's desperate. Well, my mum, I swear, has got some children's books hidden away that she's bought over the years of for future grandchildren. And I'm like, ooh, Slow down. I've said that they're coming at some point, as is marriage, just not right now.
So Naomi says, what a great big sister you are.
Oh, thank you, Naomi.
And you are, you know. And I believe you went back during lockdown to see them all.
Yeah, so I went and stayed with my cousins from the beginning of March until the end of June, just because, especially me living in London, it was not a case of I could just easily just go home and go and do lockdown there, because I had been working. I've been going in and out of the city to work and meeting different people. So we kind of made the decision that I wouldn't go home for lockdown. And so I stayed away. And then as it got towards the end of June, I was just desperate to go home and see them, because I normally see them every couple months, like every other month, really. So to have gone, I think the last time I saw them was in February or January. So I was just desperate to get home. And as incredible as FaceTime is, it's just not the same as giving a big cuddle to them. So I went home, and then I'm hopefully going home for Christmas. But we will see.
Ellie's coming home for Christmas.
Yes, I was like, smuggle me into the Wirral, I'm coming home. But yes, I'm really looking forward to it. And what I'll probably just get a test if I'm able to before I go home, just to make sure that I'm not taking anything with me. But yes, it'll be lovely. Lovely.
Oh, you're so good. And of course, we have to mention Nanny Jo, who's just celebrated her 80th birthday.
Yeah, the big 80. Let
me bring the picture up.
Aww.
So happy birthday, Nanny Jo.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, so 80. How did she celebrate it, Ellie?
She was supposed to be going to an afternoon tea, but that stopped before COVID, we were supposed to do a big family get together and celebrate her 80th and kind of Harry's 21st as well. But then due to COVID, because she lives by herself, she's in a bubble with my uncle and auntie and cousins in Winchester. So they came over, they cooked her a meal, they had a cake. I think it's mum's cousin, her husband baked her a cake, and so she had, look at them there. So she had a lovely little day. And then in the evening I had planned for us all to do a quiz on Zoom, and so I did a quiz all about Nanny. And just funny little things, and then we all did little clips at the end of things that we'd planned for her. So it was a strange day, but we made the best of it.
Great. I love this photo as well.
Yeah, that was last Christmas, I think, or maybe even I think it was the Christmas before. But yeah, in West Kirby. Very cold.
I've met your nan loads of times, and she just makes me laugh so much.
She is very funny. Very, very funny. I'm sure she's sat watching with a gin or a wine. She's probably started at 12, so it's touch and go whether she's asleep.
Oh, bless. And talk about Christmas. There's Nanny Jo dressed as Father Christmas. Sorry, Jo.
One of her better looks.
But we do love you, Jo, if you're watching. I'm not sure how you are technically. We did send you the link because she can watch. I know she's not on Facebook, but now I'm famous on YouTube. She can watch it on there. So love you, Jo, and I will see you soon again. We'll have a drink together.
Yeah.
And of course, Ellie, you grew up with my daughter Alice, who's now in New Zealand.
Yeah. God, yeah. The memories that I have are predominantly on holiday. I've been on holiday in France. And then also your house in Pensby. I remember that really well. But yeah, it feels ages ago though.
Please don't say you remember me shutting your hand in the caravan door.
No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't even know if I knew that.
It was on the first day. You cried and everything. And
Really?
I felt awful, yeah.
Maybe it's blocked from my memory. Such a traumatic experience.
I know. Right, let me get back to my... Sorry, bear with me.
That's all right.
So I've done Nanny's 80th. So the future, helping others. I know you touched on it. So what's your aim and how are you going to do it?
It's still really early stages in my planning, really. And so I think that's why I have initially put it on Facebook, to just try and get a bit of feedback, to see on my personal Facebook, to get just a little bit of feedback of, do people even like what I'm writing about, or is it something that they want to read more of? And so I think the idea that I have in my mind is I will initially put it on to have like a Facebook page or a Facebook group that people can come to and be involved in, and hopefully then comment, because I do know there are a couple girls back home who were in a similar situation to me, and so I would love to get their thoughts, and hopefully they could put something together to put up on there. And then the more that it gets shared, the more people get to see it, and hopefully just go from there, really. I don't know what it will become, but if I can at least just appeal or help one person, then that's fine by me.
I've been thinking about this, and will it be called SWAN?
Well, yeah, because I was going to call it like the Swans and I, or the Swans and me, because I quite like that. And also it's just, none of my posts do I want it to be sad or negative. There's stuff that I will talk about that is quite difficult, but I will always have that little spin on it. And I think that probably comes from growing up as Ian Devereux Roberts' daughter, is always putting, a bit of comedy behind it, and just a little bit of light-hearted relief.
We all have our cross to bear, and I'm sorry you're Ian Devereux Roberts' daughter.
I know, it's something that I have to deal with every day, Mike, but I'm getting through it. I've had 26 years of it so far, so it can only get easier from here.
I do love him, really.
But yeah, I think I always want someone to go to it and just get a bit of relief from it, if anything, just reading it and thinking, oh my God, I had the same thought. I'm putting together something at the moment where I talk about, there was a period of time where Meg's, every time she was in a space, especially if we were in a restaurant, would scream and shout and just be an utter nightmare. And how, as a sibling, I got through that. And there is, of course, an element of embarrassment, because you're like, oh God, she's creating a scene. But it would be the same if Mum suddenly stood up and started shouting. It hasn't really got anything to do with the fact that she's disabled. It's more just, I'm mortified because I am a 16-year-old girl who, everything is about appearance, and I don't want to be uncool. And
at least it wasn't Ian getting up singing.
Well, yeah, that could happen after a couple of gins. You don't know. But yeah, it's just, I just want people or anyone to be able to relate to my life and how wonderfully weird it is and was. But yeah, how I wouldn't change it for anything.
Well, I wish you all the best, Ellie. And
thank you.
You should feel very proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
And you're very proud of Wait for it. Here we go. Your brother and sister.
Ah,
Well, it's the dad, really. To be honest, the brother and sister can wait. It's the father that you've been very rude. You've been very rude about. I'm going to break into "My Heart Will Go On" by Celine Dion. I know that'll impress Ellie.
Absolutely.
Right, yeah, there we go. So Ellie's been talking. Oh, let me just see. How can we do this? There we go. There we go.
This is the Meg.
Woo.
Meg's showing out to people in America, Peggy.
Look at this.
Wow.
Best behaviour, madam. Best behaviour.
Yeah, no swearing, Meg. We're live.
Yes. Yes. And then
I loved it when you first said, "I've never experienced Meg drunk." It doesn't bear thinking about, does it?
No,
what are you doing?
No, it's not.
The other one.
I think we get hit when she's sober.
Here he is.
And it's H. Looking very handsome, Spud.
They scrub up well.
They do scrub up well. This is all Mum's doing, no doubt. Very handsome, H.
Last clean hoodie, I like that.
Very handsome. Mm-hmm. Oh, charming. Cut the cameras.
And where's your mum?
Mum is very busy at the moment, so she can't make it to the camera. So she's just very, very busy.
Hopefully she's baking.
Pardon?
Baking.
She could. Pardon? Oh, she's just. Meg didn't sleep very well last night, so Mum was up with Meg. So Mum's had a sleep this afternoon. So she's had a bath and a shower and a bath and is.
So you've been in charge, have you?
Pardon? Yeah, I came and worked from home rather than being in school this afternoon. I came home and worked.
And how are you finding it, Ian? Because obviously you're a head teacher at a school. How's pandemic fever for you?
Touch wood, we've been very a very COVID secure school, and we haven't had a positive case. So we've not had to have that disruption to children's learning. Having the children back in school is just immensely powerful. They were eager to get back, as their parents were eager to get them back into school. And it's gone very, very well. We're just got 4 weeks left, countdown to Christmas. So we're trying to maintain normality of our normal Christmas activities, but obviously keeping them separate in the individual bubbles that the children now have to work in. So we're still going to do the nativity, but it's going to be recorded. You know, going to have a Mary in each class and a Joseph in each class, and three. You know,
I heard a joke. The 3 wise men are self-isolating, and the shepherds have been furloughed.
well, that could be the case. That could be.
And Rudolph has got a red nose, so he's got to be put away.
Oh, definitely, definitely. Yeah, so it's not too bad, Michael. Thank you very much indeed. Not too bad, yeah.
And you're looking forward to your little girl coming home?
Yes, yeah. I'll have to drive down and pick her up and bring her back, which I'm looking forward to immensely. It would be lovely having her back at home. I know Debbie is desperate to have her in her arms again and have that time. I could give it or take it, give it or to be honest, or whatever. Yeah, so we are, and obviously Meg and Harry will be ecstatic that Ellie comes home, really, to be honest, because she is just an immense part of their lives.
So we have Yvonne Kent Pateros, and she's from Athens, Greece. So I told you, I'm a global internet sensation.
You really are, all over the place.
Mightily impressed, Michael. Mightily impressed.
Right, I've had enough of you now. I'm going to get rid of you.
Off you go.
Thank you. Lovely hearing you talking so eloquently, Ellie, about your siblings. And Michael, you're not doing too bad a job as well, really.
Thank you. Bye, my friend.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Again, thank you so much, Ellie. You've been an absolute star. And you do a chat show once you're all set up and running. I'll show you how. It's very easy. And,
we can both be global sensations then.
Definitely. So thanks again, Ellie.
Thank you for having me.
Hopefully we'll see you next year.
Yeah, see you soon. Have a lovely
Right, take
day.
care. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Right, I've got one more thing to share with you. I'm going to share my screen and play you a little clip of when I was on stage, and I just love the song. So bear with me.
Hey ho, man, hey down, down, birds on the sky. But rather you're never fully grasped without a smile. Your clothes may be blue wrongly. That says that a smile, but rather you never fully grasped without a smile. Who cares what they're wearing on Main Street? Around the world, it's what you wear from ear to ear, and not from head to toe. That's my so Jana, so long for a while, remember you're never really right. Though you may well have your guys are fully dressed without a smile.
Hopefully you could hear that and see that. I do apologise for the orange boots, but right, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you all next Friday. I'm not sure who I've got next Friday yet, but I'll find somebody, believe me. So take care, stay safe, love you, bye.